Hello everyone, I'm Geek Freak and welcome to the video. As some of you may or may not know, recently I've gotten into kaiju like Godzilla and King Kong, and it's all thanks to the movie Godzilla King of the Monsters. And this movie is one of few kaiju movies that I've seen, and the other one was the old King Kong vs Godzilla film made by Toho and Godzilla 1998, and I've also seen its animated sequel series, Godzilla the Animated Series. And yeah, those are basically the only ones I've seen when it comes to something like kaiju or Godzilla. However, I have seen the Angry Video Game Nerd's video, Godzillathon, and I used to watch that over and over again, along with his videos about Gamera. For me, I just found his reviews on Godzilla and Gamera very fascinating, and I also found them very interesting. But I was never really given that push to go and want to go and see these movies about Godzilla or Gamera. For me, I just enjoyed the reviews. But the Godzillathon and the Gamera videos were the ones that I enjoyed the most. And I said this in another video, that I sympathise with King Kong more than I did with Godzilla, and I also think that Gamera is much more cooler than Godzilla. But that doesn't mean I hate Godzilla. In fact, I like Godzilla. If it wasn't for Godzilla King of the Monsters, I wouldn't have wanted to get into kaiju. And the other reason why I got into Godzilla King of the Monsters was because I was told that there was going to be a monsterverse where giant monsters would share the same universe. And when I heard that, I just squeed. But I only heard this after when I watched the film. And even though I saw Mothra and Rodan and King Ghidorah and cave paintings of King Kong at the credits, I didn't put it together that there was going to be a monsterverse until I was told on the internet. And just to let you guys know, I haven't seen the other two recent King Kong films or Godzilla 2014. But after watching Godzilla King of the Monsters, I just might have to. For me, the thought of having a monsterverse where all these giant monsters are sharing the same universe, the movie and having a monsterverse sold me. And considering that we're going to be having a King Kong vs Godzilla film, that sold me even more because I did see the original movie. So yes, I have established that I do like giant monsters or kaiju, or in this case titans. Anyways, I'll get straight to the point of this video. There's this channel I watch called Wikizilla, and I'm not gonna lie, I am actually a really big fan of this channel's kaiju profile series. And that's the reason why I made this video. I really enjoyed the kaiju profile series. They're so informative and enjoyable to watch. Like the Angry Video Game Nerd's video, Godzillathon, I could listen to the kaiju files all day. They've done videos on Godzilla, Gamera, from kaiju like them to lesser known kaiju, like the Skeleturtle. These videos are very informative and very interesting to watch, and I can't wait to watch more, because I know for a fact there are kaiju out there that they haven't made a video on, like Batra or Desicadora. I hope I'm pronouncing that right. Anyways, there are many more kaiju out there, and I hope to see more of them in the kaiju files. And even though I'm still looking forward to watching these kaiju files, I know for a fact they're going to run out eventually. And when I mean run out of kaiju to talk about. And that's actually the main reason why I made this video. When they've run out of kaiju to talk about, what then? Where do you go from there? And then I had an idea. Since there's going to be a shared universe with monsters like Rodan, Mothra, King Kong, Godzilla, etc., the monsterverse doesn't have to just stick to the kaiju that we see in the old Godzilla movies or the Gamera movies or so on and so on. For all we know, we could be getting monsters from other series of movies to share in this monsterverse. Now, I've always said that I would love to see Gamera in the monsterverse alongside with King Kong and Godzilla, and I really hope we do get to see that alongside with other kaiju like Mechagodzilla or Biollante and Batra and Destroyer and Anguirus. I mean, if we're going to be getting a monsterverse, I know for a fact that we are going to be getting all these old kaiju, and that's good. I hope I get to see them in this monsterverse. But I'm not done there. What if the creators of this monsterverse decided to bring in other giant monsters from different series of movies? I mean, for all we know, they could be bringing giant monsters from Kong the Animated Series, or Hanna-Barbera's Godzilla, or Godzilla the series. How awesome would it be to have the monsters from those series inside of the monsterverse? And that's exactly what I was thinking. If Wikizilla runs out of kaiju to talk about, they could always talk about the giant monsters from these three series. I wouldn't mind if they actually did that. However, I'm still not finished. However, it's not just these three series monsters they should be talking about, but giant monsters from other movies as well. Like for example, the bird from The Giant Claw. This thing is freaking huge. And I really do pray and hope that the Giant Claw will be in the Monsterverse, alongside with King Kong, Godzilla, and hopefully Gamera. I mean, seriously, look at the size of this thing. I mean, if this thing was like 2 times bigger or 3 times bigger, and it had to take all the Titans to bring down this bird, that would be entertaining to watch. Anyways, I'm going off track. I wouldn't mind seeing a kaiju file on the giant claw. And even though it's technically not a kaiju like from Godzilla or Gamera, I still wouldn't mind having a kaiju file on this giant bird. And it isn't just the giant claw, but other giant monsters as well. But as a request, I would love to see a kaiju file on this thing. Anyways, let's proceed. There's other giant monsters like Reptilicus, Clover from Cloverfield, Gorgo from, well, Gorgo, and I hope I'm pronouncing this right, but Yongari. Or what about the ants from them? Or what about kaiju like Harudagon from the Dragon Ball franchise? Or what about that big massive troll from Troll Hunter? Or Gargantua? Or what about those big machines that the Martians was piloting from War of the Worlds? I swear the Monsterverse would be absolutely entertaining to watch if they had all these giant monsters in the Monsterverse. And there we go, going off track again. There are plenty of giant monsters for wikizilla to do videos on. And not just kaiju. But you know what, let's go a little bit further and say they do kaiju files on giant monsters from myths and legends. Like for example, the World Serpent, and they could choose any incarnation of the World Serpent from any medium. From movies to cartoons to games, comics, books, and not just the World Serpent but other monsters as well, like Typhon from the Greek mythology. And again, they could use any incarnation, either from the Greek stories or from other medias. Or what about the giant kraken from Scandinavian folklore? There are plenty of giant monsters in mythology, but these are the only ones that I can think about for the moment. These are just suggestions that I'd like to give wikizilla if they ever run out of kaiju to talk about. There are plenty of giant monsters for them to talk about, either from the 2 Godzilla animated series or the Kong animated series, and there's also giant monsters from different movies, and if they wanted to, they could also talk about giant monsters from mythology. And they could make videos on how these mythical monsters would measure up to kaiju like Godzilla or King Kong or Gamera or other kaiju. Okay, maybe the monsters from myths and legends is going a little bit too far. But again, they could always try the 2 Godzilla series and the Kong series and every single giant monster movie. Like again, the Giant Claw, Gorgo, Harudagon, you know, those sort of monsters. And you know what, if I remember correctly, I'm pretty sure there are some big monsters in the series Big O. I know it's mostly giant robots fighting giant robots in this series, but I'm 100% sure that I did see some giant monsters in there as well. And for all I know, there could be more giant monsters in other series. So they could do some kaiju files on those. And those are my suggestions for wikizilla, and I hope they find this video useful. Actually, here's a thought. Who would win in a fight between Godzilla and Harudagon? That'll be a fun debate. So yeah, that's the video in the nutshell. And if wikizilla is watching this video, I hope it was helpful in any way. Thank you guys for watching. I'm Geek Freak. Peace out. Thank you guys for watching. And if there's a series you want me to check out and review and give my thoughts on it, or if there's a top 10 list you want me to do, or any reactions, or responses, or rants on anything geeky, just leave links and comments in the comment sections below, and I'll get to them as soon as I can. And if you guys want to follow me on my social medias, I'm on minds.com, Twitch, Dailymotion, and Hatron, Reddit, BitChute, aka the new YouTube, DeviantArt, Discord, VidMe, Gab, Twitter, Tumblr, Patreon, GoFundMe, PayPal, and my other social medias are down there in the description box below, so if you want to go and check them out, please do. And don't forget to subscribe and share this video. And please go and check out my new skeptic channel, Gypsy Freak. It's also down there in the description box below. Peace out.